guys! So today's video is going to be my March bullet journal setup. So I decided that for my bullet journal setups from now on, I'm going to flip through the last month and then I'll start the next month. So just so you know, that's what the dealio is. So I asked you guys on my Instagram story to vote on which color I should make my March spread, and the majority said blue. So that works out because I wanted to do blue in the first place, but I didn't know if it was springy enough, and so I was like, I'll do pink if they think that pink is good. But blue worked out because I already had like the 4 colors that I wanted to use, so it's all good. I'll probably do pink next month, or I'll do another poll. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you definitely should. Definitely follow me on there so that you can be a part of the polls and keep up to date with when I post if you don't have the notification bell turned on, which you definitely should. I'm just saying. So this month's spreads that I've laid out so far with pencil are a lot more fun and different than last month's spreads, so I hope you guys enjoy this. My videos of bullet journaling are supposed to help you guys get ideas if you aren't that artistic, and I am not. I cannot draw to save my life except for little doodles, and so that's what I try to include in my videos about bullet journaling. So I do a lot of straight line things because that's how I like to draw, with the hexagons and everything. And then if I do little doodles, I'll show you guys how to do them, because sometimes it can be really hard to watch bullet journal videos where they're super artistic and then you're like, well, that didn't really help me get any ideas, so I have to watch like 6 more videos of different people's. So I'm trying to help you guys out because I know that it's hard to find those kinds of videos. This month is also more of a like college student, high school student type spreads because I have midterms coming up, and so I wanted to include like study spreads type things. So let's jump right in to what my February spreads ended up looking like. I really liked the purple. This is the first time I've done purple in my bullet journals, so it was a lot of fun to play around with the different colors and the different little doodles. I also added in this kind of tense reference section for my Spanish class because I was kind of struggling with remembering things when I was writing for it, so I added all of those pages in. Then this is the weekly progress tracking sheet for the challenge I started doing, which I'm going to do again over the summer. So on to March. These are some of the supplies I'm going to be using today. You might recognize these from my last videos where I kind of went more in depth with what each one is and where it's from. As always, everything will be linked down below for you guys. So for my cover page, I'm doing these hexagons, which are super easy to do. I will do a little mini tutorial on my Instagram for you guys very soon. So make sure that you're following that in order to see it. They're super easy to do, and if you are not very artistic, it is a fun way to add some sort of doodles to your pages. Now I'm just going in and making a bunch of different doodles with my blues. It was a little stressful to try and come up with something for every single hexagon, but I tried to do my best. I kind of ended up not really liking it towards the end, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. It's really creative and not like anything I've ever done before. As you guys can see, some of them I did not like as much, so I will go back in and cover them up or change them a little bit, but that's what's super fun about it. It is yours. You can do whatever you want, and if you don't end up liking it, just double side tape the pages together and you won't even know that that was there. So after doing all of these hexagons, I realized that my original vision was to have it kind of boxed in, and I forgot to draw those lines. So I'm gonna fill those in, and I do like the way this looks so much more. It's kind of like a stained glass window, and I thought it was super duper fun. I left this little part in the middle open so that I could write March. I ended up not having it very centered, which frustrated me, but I was like, you know what, this is a little issue, I can figure this out. So I just added a little exclamation point at the end. Don't get overwhelmed if you accidentally mess things up or they don't look exactly the way you want them to, because they are a lot easier to fix than you might think. Moving on to my monthly spread. So I'm switching it up. I've never done a spread like this. I thought it would be a lot of fun to change things. So each one of these boxes is 7 boxes tall and 5 boxes wide. So a little bit different than the 6x6 that I did last month. And I thought they were so fun because they're skinny, but you can fit a lot on there. So there are 2 rows or 2 columns on the left page and 5 on the right, and then I did a little 1 box line at the top of each box in order to put the date. Now this little box at the bottom, wow, I'm saying box a lot, is a growth tracker, and that is because I'm trying to get a social media following. So if you're not trying to do that, you can skip this step and maybe print off a picture or a quote or a hand letter or practice some of your doodling. But I stole this little idea from Amanda Rach Doodles. If you don't watch her on YouTube, you definitely should. She's on YouTube as Amanda Rach Lee and on Instagram as Amanda Rach Doodles. She is the inspiration for this spread. She did this exact same one last month, and I really, really liked it. So this might be my new normal. So I'm just going in with the kind of lightest of the colors that I've been using. I really like the way this color looks, although it looks a little bit sad and not as happy as March is, because heyo, it's spring break time. I really like the way the colors look or the color looks, and I'm going to add a lot more colors over the month because on the left hand side I have a lot of empty space, so I'm planning on just doodling whenever I have free time between classes or at home or if I'm bored. So yeah, I really like the way this looks, and I like the kind of tall, skinny letters that I'm doing this month. Every month I try to do a different color scheme and a different font just to keep it fun and silly. So as you can tell at the bottom, I'm doing a YouTube tracker, an Instagram tracker, and a views tracker just because I want to see how it grows over the month. March is the month of birthdays in my family. So right now I am going through my calendar and adding all the birthdays into there. And of course, I didn't realize that it was St. Patrick's Day, so I had to add that in as well. I also stole this little spread from Amanda Rach Lee. I really liked her last month ideas. So this is a different kind of habit tracker. It is little boxes for each individual day, and then each of like the grouping of boxes is going to be for one habit. So you'll see in a minute here I am tracking 7 different habits, and I really like this idea because it's a lot easier to fill in rather than trying to like make sure the lines line up correctly, and sometimes I fill in the wrong box for my habit tracker. I've noticed that trend for myself. So I think this will be a nice change for my bullet journal. I'm really excited about it. And hello, it looks super cute once it's done, and you can add some colors to it. So yeah, my habits I'm tracking are workout, no spend, 8 hours of sleep, water, 10,000 steps a day, read, and upload a video. Now for the mood tracker, and who wants to take a guess as to who I stole this from? Ding, 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 you would be right, Amanda Rach Doodles. So she does a lot cuter of a version of this, so check hers out, but I'm not very artistic, so I wanted to kind of do a simple one. I made way too many circles because it's supposed to be one circle per day, but I was like, well, you know what? It's kind of just the visual, so I'm just gonna draw 31 lines, and then the purpose for this one is I'm gonna use any color I want per day, depending on it doesn't matter what I'm feeling, I'm just gonna use whatever color I want to kind of make it that aesthetic look. And then the length of the line is how you're feeling that day. So if you're feeling blah, you make a short line. And I like the way it looks just plain. Now onto my weekly spread. Again, this is very different for me. I kind of made this one up, but I thought it would be a really good idea for me personally since I'm coming up on exams. So this left-hand little column is going to be events for the days, and I'm only putting in like when I have a test or when something is due, and then we have a birthday party this weekend for my family, so I'm gonna put that in there as well. Then on the right side of that page, of the first page, I'm doing a to-do list that is gonna be just random things that don't have anything to do with school. And then on the right page, each box is going to be for a class. I do have a lot of things coming up with my classes, and it's hard to keep it all straight and rewrite everything, so I figured this would be the easiest way for me personally to track it. And so far this week, I am really liking it. I started this week on the 26th, so I've been using it. I really, really like how it's turned out, and it's very helpful. I will probably do this one again. And this is just a quick flip through of what it looks like. I like all the new different spreads I've been trying, so let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Have a good month! So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up and share it with a friend. Also, subscribe down below and hit the post notification bell if you want to see more bullet journal videos and more story times and vlogs and all that kind of stuff. So I will catch you guys in my next video.